Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter exponents and square roots. The lessons we're going to cover today are exponents with decimals and fractional bases, understanding negative exponents, evaluate negative exponents, evaluate numerical expressions involving exponents, and square roots of perfect squares. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I am on the chapter exponents and square roots. So let's just start with the lesson that is exponents with decimal and fractional bases. Let's just start with the lesson. Evaluate. Write your answer as a fraction or whole number. So the first example is 2 by 3 exponent 4. That is 2 by 3 exponent 4. You are given the right, and the exponent of the fraction is 4. So you have to do exactly the same way like you evaluate the other exponents, right? You have to do, for example, when you are given a exponent 4, right? You do a times a times a times a, right? Same way you need to consider a is 2 by 3. So then how do? You have to do 2 by 3 times 2 by 3 times 2 by 3 times 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is a fraction. You need to multiply all the exponents, all the numerators and all the denominators. You have to do 2 times 2 times 2 and 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That is 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8 and 8 times 2 is 16. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27 and 27 times 3 is 81. So the answer is 16 over 81, right? You have to do exactly the same thing, but here you have the fraction, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself related today. They are already solved, right? So the first one is evaluate 0.2 exponent 4, right? Now you can consider you have a equals 0.2, right? And you have a exponent 4. You can do 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2, right? So that would be you have 1, 2, 3, 4 times you are multiplying, right? So that would be 0.0016. Option number 1 is the correct option. You must have 4 decimal places, so that is 0.0016. So option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is evaluate 0.1 exponent 3. So you have to do 0.1 times 0.1 times 0.1. So which is the correct option? So you have three decimal. You have 1, 2, 3. So that would be 0.001. Option number 2 is the correct option. Product must have three decimal places, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is evaluate 1 over 3 square, which is the correct option. 1 over 3 square means you have to do 1 by 3 times 1 by 3. So which is the correct option? So that is 1 divided by 9. 1 times 1 is 1 and 3 times 3 is 9. So the correct option is 1 over 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 over 9. Got it? Okay, the next one is 1 by 2 exponent cube. So which is the correct option? Okay, so that is 1 over 2 cube, right? So you have to do 1 by 2 times 1 by 2 times 1 by 2. You need to multiply all the numerators and all the denominators. So that is 1 over 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 by 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is evaluate 0.3 exponent 4. So you have to do 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3, right? 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, and 27 times 3 is 81. So that is 0.81. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Sorry, 0.0081, because you multiplied these decimal points 4 times, right? So the answer must have four decimal places to 0.008, because you multiplied them 4 times, so you have four decimal places. Option number 1 is the correct option. Excuse me. So option number 1 is the correct option. The next one is 2 by 3 square. So which is the correct option? You have to do 2 times 2 and 3 times 3, right? So the correct option is 4 over 9. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 4 over 9. Okay, evaluate 0.2 cube. So which is the correct option? Yes, that's option number 2. That is 0.008. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is option number 2 is the correct option. Evaluate 1 over 3 exponent 3, which is the correct option. The correct option is you have to do 1 by 3 times 1 by 3 times 1 by 3, right? So that is 3 times 3 is 9 and 9 times 3 is 27. So the correct option is option number 1, that is 1 over 27 is the correct option. Evaluate 1 over 4 exponent 4. So which is the correct option? You need to do 1 by 4 times 1 by 4 times 1 by 4 times 1 by 4. So you need to multiply all the numerators, that is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, and then all the denominators, that is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So which is the correct option? That is option number option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 divided by 256. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is that is understanding negative exponents. Let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, which is equal to 4 exponent negative 4. So basically you need to understand is if you are given with the negative exponent, right, you can make the negative exponent positive by writing it in denominator. Sorry, numerator. No denominator. When you see a base with a negative exponent, turn it into a fraction with a numerator of 1 and a positive exponent in the denominator. Yes, you need to write it like you have a exponent negative n, right? You can make this exponent positive by writing it in denominator. So that would be a over 1 over a exponent n. Got it? You can make it positive by writing it in denominator. You can convert it into fraction. Numerator is 1 and denominator is the positive exponent, right? Now you are given 4 exponent negative 4, right? So you can write it as 1 over, just write it in the denominator, 4 exponent 4. Got it? That is 1 divided by 4 exponent 4. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. That is 1 divided by 9 exponent 9, which is equal to, now you need to write 1 by 9 exponent 9, right? That means it would be 9 exponent negative 9. It would be 9 exponent negative 9. So option number 2 is the correct option. That is 9 exponent negative 9. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which is equal to 4 exponent negative 4. So you are given 4 exponent negative 4. You can make it positive by writing in the fraction form, numerator as 1, and you can write it in the denominator. So that is 1 divided by 4 exponent 4. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 1 divided by 4 exponent 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. which is equal to 2 exponent negative 7, which is the correct option. You need to make this denominator positive, right? So which is the correct option, option 1 or 2? You can write it in the, you can make it a fraction. Numerator is 1 and denominator is 1 over 2 exponent 7. So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Which is equal to 8 exponent negative 6, which is the correct option. You can make the exponent positive by writing it in denominator. So that is 1 over 8 exponent 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which is equal to 1 divided by 9 exponent 8, which is the correct option. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? That would be 9 exponent negative 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which is equal to 9 exponent negative 5, which is the correct option. You can make the exponent positive by writing it in denominator. So that is 1 divided by 9 exponent 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 1 divided by 9 exponent 5. Okay, the next one is which is equal to 4 exponent negative 4. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? That is option number 2. 1 divided by 4 exponent 4 is the correct option. Okay, which is equal to 8 exponent negative 2. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 divided by 8 square is the correct option. Which is equal to 2 exponent negative 6. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 2. You can write it in the denominator with a positive exponent. So that is 1 divided by 2 exponent 6. Okay, the next one is which is equal to 7 exponent negative 5. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 divided by 7 exponent 5. Option number 2 is the correct. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is evaluate negative exponents. Let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, you have to evaluate 3 exponent negative 3. So just write this negative exponent in the numerator in the fraction form, turn into fraction form with a numerator of 1 and a positive exponent. So it would be 1 divided by 3 exponent 3, right? Then you can evaluate 1 divided by 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So that is 1 over 27. Got it? That is 1 over 27. Let's just start with the test questions. That is evaluate 3 exponent negative 4. So which is the correct option? First thing is you need to write as a fraction form 1 by the positive exponent, that is 1 over 3 exponent 4, and then you can evaluate 3 exponent 4. It would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 3 is 9, that is 1 divided by 81. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 1 over 81. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, I'll evaluate 3 exponent negative 2. So which is the correct option? That is 3 exponent negative 2. So you can write it as 1 divided by 3 square. You have to do 1 divided by 3 times 3, that is 1 over 9. The correct option is option number 2, that is 1 over 9. Option number 2 is the correct option. The next one is 2 exponent negative 1. So which is the correct option? That is 1 over 2. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? That is 1 divided by 2. Okay, the next one is 3 exponent negative 3. So which is the correct option? So you have to write it as positive fraction, that is 1 over 3 exponent 3, right? That is 1 over 27. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 1 over 27. 3 exponent negative 1. So which is the correct option? That is 1 over 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 by 3. Okay, 4 exponent negative 3. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number. Yes, 1 is the correct option. That is 1 over 64 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 4 exponent negative 1. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1. That is 1 over 4 is the correct option. Two exponent negative 4, which is the correct option? That is 1 over 16. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? The next one is 2 exponent negative 3. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 over 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is evaluate numerical exponents expressions involving exponents. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so that is evaluate negative 8 divided by 2 exponent 3. So you are going to, here you have involved more than one operations, right? You have to evaluate using the same way. The first one is you need to evaluate the parenthesis, then you have exponents, then you need to do multiplication and division, and the last you have to addition and subtraction, right? So here you don't have parenthesis. The first thing you have to do here is exponent. So solve the exponent first, right? So that is you need to evaluate 2 exponent 3 first. So 2 exponent 3 is 8. Now you have negative 8 is dividing by 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. So the answer must have a negative sign. So that is negative 1. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. One cube plus negative 5. So you're not given with parenthesis here, right? So you have to do evaluate exponent first. You have to do 1 exponent 3, right? So 1 exponent 3 means you have to do 1 times 1 times 1, right? So 1 times 1 is 1, that is 1. And adding a negative integer is subtracting, that is 1 minus 5. So the correct option is 1 minus 5, and 1 minus 5 is negative 4. So the correct option is option number 2, that is negative 4. So the correct option is option number 2, that is negative 4, right? The next lesson is negative 1 times negative 2 exponent 3. So you have to evaluate the exponent first. Parenthesis. So parenthesis, you have exponent. So you need to evaluate the exponent first. That means you have to do negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, because negative sign is inside the bracket. So you have to evaluate the exponent of negative sign, right? 2 times 4, 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So you have negative 8, right? So negative 8 times negative 1 is 8. You're multiplying two negative numbers. So the product of two negative numbers is positive. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, that is 8. Negative 9 plus 2 exponent cube. So you need to evaluate 2 exponent cube. That means you have to do 2 times 2 times 2, right? So negative 9 here, and 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So now you have to do negative 9 plus 8. So negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. So the correct option is negative 1. Okay, so the correct option is negative 1. Let's just move on to next question, right? The next one is the next one is negative 3 exponent 3 divided by negative 3. So first thing is you have to evaluate the exponent, right? So you have to do negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, and then you have to divide it by the negative 3, right? First you have to evaluate the exponent because that is inside the parenthesis. So you have to evaluate the exponent first, right? So you need to do negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, and 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. And when you divide two negative numbers, the answer is positive. So that is 3 times 9 is 27. The correct option is 9. Okay, the next one is, let's just move on to next one. Option number 1 is the correct option. And the next one is 3 minus negative 1 cube. So which is the correct option? So you have evaluate the exponent first, right? 3 minus negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1, right? So negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So you have to do 3 minus negative 1. So that is subtracting a negative number is same as adding. That would be 3 plus 1 equals 4. So the correct option is 4. The correct option is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Two square minus negative 4. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 2 square is 4. Evaluate the exponent first. So that is 4 minus negative 4. So 4 minus negative 4 is same as adding. So the correct option is 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. The chapter we were working on is exponents and square roots. And the lessons we have covered today are exponents with decimals and fractional basis, understanding negative exponents, then evaluate negative exponents, and then evaluate numerical expressions involving exponents. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. They are available during the shift timing, that is between Monday to Friday and 5 to 9, right? So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can please write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask questions if you have any. Any questions you can please ask. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.